Hello, you are listening to 107.7 WFCS New Britain, Hartford, The Edge. I am your host, DJ Mari V, and today I am here with...
JaVør.
All right, so we have a big event tonight, and JaVør is performing. We are hosting this is our third annual artist showcase tonight at 9 p.m. to midnight in Alumni Hall at Central Connecticut State University's Student Center. So... we're going to have a lot of cool things, novelties. There's going to be vendors of all kinds and opportunities for you guys to take photos. So you should definitely pop out to that. So you're going to be performing tonight. And how do you feel about that? Like, are you excited? Walk me through it.
Very, very excited. I've performed actually once before.
Okay.
It was nerve-wracking to say the least.
Mm-hmm.
This is the same, but I'm a little bit more excited this time around just because I did give myself time. I'm good to the mic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just because I did give myself the time to rehearse and just kind of go through. Mm-hmm. And I think this time around, compared to the last time I performed, the songs I'm intending on performing are very much more closer to my heart. I hold a little bit more closer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really just going to go up there, feel the music, and just do my thing. Do what I do.
Yeah. So what is like your earliest memory of music?
So my earliest memory would be in the car with my mom. Either in the car with mom or like her motorcycle. She used to drive a motorcycle. It would be Spanish music. I was born in DR. I grew up there for a little bit. So I was surrounded by just culture, music.
Yeah.
I have family members who do music as well, not professionally, but they're very, very into music.
Yeah.
And then coming here into the United States, I was introduced to like earlier pop music, the stuff that was just popping in the 2000s, and that it's just so much nostalgia there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And just growing up, just listening to music over and over again, and really getting into high school is when I was like, what if I tried to make music myself? I never truly believed I could. I thought I had an okay voice.
Mm-hmm.
And then I never thought I could actually write a song. One day I tried it, and I'm like, you know what? It's not great, but it doesn't sound bad. And after doing it over and over again, I've gotten better and more comfortable and confident in my music as well, which
mm-hmm.
is a big part for me as well. But earliest memory, I would say just in the car with my mom.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that just comes up. Yeah.
Yeah. So what does the creating process look like for you when it comes to your music?
Frustrating. I would say, that's the first thing that comes up. Frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
I struggle a lot with, again, as I said, my confidence in my music.
Yeah.
Struggle a lot with it, and I believe every artist does.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a common part of the process. I would start out, before I used to kind of depend on others for instrumentals, beats. I've recently just tried to really delve into that area so I can really become one with the music.
Mm-hmm.
Like produce for myself and stuff like that. So I would start out maybe trying some melodies, playing on. I have a MIDI keyboard. I just play on the MIDI keyboard. Try out for a couple hours. Come up with nothing usually. Go to like Splice or something.
Mm-hmm.
Get a loop, and then start out like that. Which is how a lot of my songs start out, and also collaborate with some other people as well. But the process is just filling songs out, mumbling a little bit, and then just adding words to those mumbles.
Yeah. So when it comes to like putting your album together, how did you decide the order of the songs? I like to ask this question because I'm always genuinely like curious to see what artists have to say about this, because creating an album isn't something that just happens overnight. I mean, unless it does, and that's like that's crazy.
That would be insane.
I'm curious to know, like, how do you decide what song is first, second, third, etc.?
Yeah, so I released my album Mirage a little bit ago now, I guess. Time flies. I actually came across the idea of creating an album. I didn't really plan on it so soon, but I came across these two producers. Never met them in person. We never talked in person or anything like that. One of them, I don't even know what they look like. But they were like, yo, we really want to work with you. We want to create something with you. And I'm like, you know what? I'm down. So they would just kind of send me beats. I'd feel them out, see what the beat tells me. So what message does it convey to me? And then I'll build a story around that. So for Mirage, the order of the songs, it's a lot of songs actually, but the order of the songs, I decided in a sort of a story mode. So the initial song, Face, is just starting out like this person, this guy, it's not me, it's like an imaginary person I made up. So this guy sees this girl, and the essence of that song is just like, oh, I've never seen her face, but I'm infatuated. The entire album just kind of entails different parts of falling in love process, and then falling out of love, feeling heartbreak, rage, and then ultimately just accepting what happened, and kind of in a way moving forward in life. The order of the album, that's really just how I decided what song really fits best. So the first half of the album is it's more like upbeat, more love, happy. The rest, sad, depressed, angry. And that's how I ended. And then the very last song is called, it's my favorite song in the album, it's called A Dance in the Rain. It's just like basically letting go. It's a sad song, but at the same time, it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Which people can convey it whichever way they want to, but that's the intention I had when I put that out as well. Yeah.
That's a really cool way to look at it. Like, I admire songs, especially when there's a beat that says one thing but lyrics that say something completely different.
Yeah.
I think it's very, like, I guess artistic would be the word. Like, it's very cool to see how you can switch up a song without really having to do much.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
So what is, like, I know you said you've like done performance before a little bit. What was, like, one of the songs that was, like, the hardest for you to perform?
The first song I performed, just because it was my first song to perform. If you mean like hardest in terms of like vocally range, emotionally, like which one would you be referring to?
I would say more emotionally. Like
emotionally.
Yeah.
I don't like. I mean, that song I did perform. It wasn't necessarily like super hard to perform, but I did feel a different type of closeness to my music when I did perform it. But if you're saying the hardest, I would say the first song. It was an unreleased song. It's still unreleased. I really made it specifically for that performance, just to see how it went, breakdown. So I guess the initial song, because of my emotions were a little crazy. I mean, first time on stage in front of all these people, they're a little bit spread out. I'm trying to ring them in. But emotionally, the last song was called The First Step. I made that song a couple of years ago, actually. Self-produced, which is rare, but I'm trying to make it more common. And the song is really about heartbreak, which is crazy because I haven't actually been through heartbreak. I've been with my girlfriend for nearly 5 years now.
Oh, wow, nice.
But since a lot of songs tend to use heartbreak as a way to just convey emotion generally, because it's so easy to do it that way, because so many people understand what heartbreak is. So when you're trying to express an emotion of sadness that somebody else may not understand, it's easier to do that through a picture of like romance. So the first step is kind of just describing the first step after a breakup. So for me, it's the first step after this like slump that I went into. But it was definitely, I was a little uncomfortable at parts, but definitely a little, very nervous at parts. But I would say, that's the most emotionally difficult song.
Yeah, that's really cool. So going back to your album that you just released back in November of 2025, so I kind of wanted to dive deep in that a little bit. What does the album cover and the title kind of mean to you? So
Mirage, I went through a couple of names for the album. Mirage came to me just kind of thinking of it like fake, because the entire purpose of the story is this guy falls in love with this girl. The girl doesn't exist. That's why when I said face, he doesn't see her face. She doesn't exist. It's like when you're having a dream and you wake up and you can't remember the person's face. That's kind of what I intend when I made that song Face. And then throughout the album, he still doesn't recognize, he doesn't know her. But it's this guy, it's all happening in his head. The entire love story happened in his head because he craves love so much that he made up this whole scenario and genuinely felt the heartbreak, the love, all of the emotions. So Mirage is just kind of like, it's false, it's not real. As well as the album cover, I got it painted by this wonderful artist I found on Instagram. Her name's not clicking in my mind right now, but she's amazing. She painted it for me watercolor, which is insane because it's actually really hard to do that. But she did me, and then she did another version of the girl, which is a little faded out, so you can kind of see through them, which kind of does the mirage image as well. So
that's really cool. So, what is the most vulnerable source of inspiration you've had for a song?
Most vulnerable source of inspiration, I would say myself. In terms of just being in tune with my emotions, I think through time and through music, I've matured much more with acknowledging like how I feel, why I feel, and how to feel better. That doesn't always mean that I'm gonna fix it immediately, but it helps me kind of really tap into my emotions and convert that and put that onto sound, lyrics. Whether they're not like super direct, it kind of conveys a message that I want. So I would say most vulnerable, myself, for sure. Yeah.
So now that the album has been out for a few months, is there anything that you would change about it?
The length. There's just I think it's obviously I'm still starting out. When I was making it, I didn't care. I loved the process, but I would make it shorter because the message didn't really need 15 songs. They were just I couldn't narrow it down to a few songs. I really wanted to put them all out, which I don't necessarily regret, but if I could redo it, I would make it a little bit shorter. Yeah.
And was there a song that you held off from releasing in this album, of maybe how personal it was? Or
I wouldn't say, because truly I don't have a serious personal connection with the album itself. It was really me testing my imagination to see what I could come up with. With like the whole story about the guy, imagining the girl. But as a song like I left out, there's a couple. There was a song called Why, where it's just like the guy's pleading like, oh, why would you do this? And it's like, just talk to me. The person's not talking because they don't exist. So that's a song we left out. I think it was just due to making it and then moving on to a couple of other songs, and then when we came back to it, we didn't feel the same way about it, even though I still do enjoy the song. We couldn't finish it. Yeah.
So was there like a big challenge that you had to overcome with releasing this album, or even in the process of making it?
Confidence. I always struggle with confidence. Even now, even with my most recent releases, I struggle with confidence a lot. And I think that's something that a lot of people may not admit it, but I think that's something a lot of people do struggle with as well. Like, I'll make something and I'm like, oh my God, this sounds good. Next day, I played it like 5 times. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't sound that good. Maybe, it could be better. And then I'll like throw it away, put it aside. So that's the thing with like the album as well. There was, we did narrow it down to 15, but it was originally I think 24 tracks that we made. And a lot of the tracks didn't make it because we just pushed. I pushed it aside. It wasn't even we. I pushed it aside because I just didn't feel the same way about it. So I would say confidence. Yeah.
So I know you just came out with 2 new releases last month.
Yeah.
Walk me through the writing process for those.
Okay. These are, Red Tints is self-produced. I came across this loop, guitar loop, very pretty loop on Splice, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna try to throw some drums on it, go a little crazy with the drums, which came out really nice. And it was February, Valentine's coming up. I'm like, I should make a love song. So that song's purposely, I was gonna release it on Valentine's Day, but it took a little longer to make, so I ended up releasing it as a double single later on. That song, Red Tints, is kind of just a good vibe song. I think it makes people feel good. It makes me feel good when I hear it. And that's really the purpose for that song, just a feel-good song. Now, I Love You is just a Splice loop that I found. It's a guitar loop. And that song, that's my most meaningful song I've ever released. It was during a night where I was trying to make something. I tried for hours. Nothing was clicking. I was actually getting really frustrated to the point where my head hurt. And then I came back and I'm like, you know what? Let's see what Splice has. Found a loop. I'm like, okay, cool. Turned it on, started singing. And then the words just came to me. And they came out of a very, very vulnerable place in my heart. And I made it for my girlfriend, which is called I Love You. Each lyric in the song holds weight in the sense that it exposes my insecurities. At the same time, it reveals the comfort that I find within her. In a way, it's like an apology, but also what's the word I'm looking for? My confession of love to her. Because truthfully, I'm very hard-headed. Maybe I'll get down and I'll stay in my head. I don't want to show it because I feel like it's inconvenient sometimes, which, but I made it to show her that I love you. That's the name of I love you. Even if I'm struggling and I don't tell you, even if I think one of the lyrics is for everything you understand. So your understanding of me, you have my heart in your hands. Like that, like, you have everything. So that's really the purpose of the song. It was a song I made for her, and it's just really meaningful overall.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. Oh my God.
Thank you.
All right, so another like two kind of like open questions. Have you ever considered jumping out of the genre of music you make, and if so, what would it be?
I guess I can consider that I make like R&B-ish music. Genre, I've heard people say I should try a rock, because I've made like one rock song when I was first starting out. It was fun. It's called Nobody before. It's like bedroom pop, like pop. Genre, I don't know. I like what I do. I don't make music with a genre in mind. What comes out comes out.
Yeah.
A genre I would jump into though, that's a tough one. I really love R&B, so that's why I'm like stuck in R&B. But I don't know. I don't know if I have a good answer to that question.
Okay.
To be honest.
So, another question. Are there any like celebrity artists that you have ever dreamed about working with?
Celebrity artist. Worked with. Let's see. I would say. I don't know. Are you familiar with an artist called JaVør? He's not like super big, but he has a couple million monthly listeners.
Yeah.
I guess we can. I would consider him a celebrity artist. His music is extremely good. I would love his voice, and I would love to make something with him eventually, for sure. Now, in terms of like huge, big celebrities, Daniel Caesar.
Yeah.
Daniel Caesar for sure. That's an easy one. Who else? Frank Ocean, even though he's never gonna drop a song again. But yeah, it would be like those celebrities that kind of match my niche. I would say, but who knows? Maybe as time goes, I'll develop a little different palette for who I want to work with as well. So.
All right. So, do you have any upcoming releases and or gigs that the viewers should know about?
This is the only gig I have right now. Aside from what I just released, I'm currently working on an EP that I plan to release in the summer. It's gonna be called "Don't Pity Me." This EP is gonna be very personal as well. It's gonna have "I Love You" on it actually, and a couple of other tracks that I'll actually be performing tonight. We'll be performing 2 unreleased tracks from the EP. So yeah. That's pretty much all I have going on right now. All
right. And do you want to plug yourself? Where can people find you on socials? Where can they find your music?
Yeah, of course. So my name is JaVør. It's JaVør on any and all platforms. You should be able to find me with that. But on Instagram, Spotify, I'm on all platforms. So. Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of this interview. Again, you are listening to 107.7 WFCS New Britain Hartford The Edge. You can find us on our website, listen live, WFCSradio.com. And you can also follow our social media. We have an Instagram. It's at WFCS Radio. I am your host, DJ Mari V. Make sure to pop out to our artist showcase tonight at 9 p.m. to midnight. We have a very good lineup of performers, and one of them is watching us right now outside that window. Hey! And we have a lot of vendors, all varieties. We got photographers, we got character artists, we got free food and drinks. Again, let me say that. Free food and drinks. And also, it's free to get in. There's no ticket fee, nothing like that. If you want to bring money to shop with those vendors, you can absolutely do that. We got some fashion club coming out to collaborate with us for this event. So definitely come and check us out in the Alumni Hall of Central Connecticut State University's Student Center. And once again, you are listening to 107.7 WFCS New Brain Heart for the Edge. Bye.